He was the boy king who was supposed to die, but instead became a legend. This is the incredible story of Baldwin IV, the Leper King of Jerusalem. At just 9 years old, a young prince named Baldwin was playing with his friends. While they cried out from scratches and jabs, Baldwin felt no pain at all. This was the first terrifying sign. By the time he was 13, the diagnosis was confirmed: leprosy. In the 12th century, this was a death sentence. Doctors predicted he wouldn't live to see adulthood. A kingdom surrounded by enemies, now led by a boy cursed by a devastating disease. Jerusalem seemed doomed. But Baldwin refused to let his fate be written by others. He defied expectations and ascended to the throne. He knew he didn't have much time, so he dedicated every moment to defending his kingdom. At just 16 years old, he faced the ultimate test. The legendary Sultan Saladin, one of history's greatest military commanders, was marching on Jerusalem with a massive army of over 26,000 soldiers. Baldwin could only gather a few thousand men, including just 375 knights. He was outnumbered nearly 10 to 1. Most rulers would have surrendered, but Baldwin was not most rulers. On November 25, 1177, at the Battle of Montgisard, the teenage king, his body already being ravaged by leprosy, made a choice that would echo through history. Too weak to mount his horse alone, he had to be lifted into the saddle. He raised a holy relic, the true cross, and prayed for victory. Then, he gave the order to charge. What happened next was a miracle. Baldwin led his tiny force straight into the heart of Saladin's massive army. The sheer ferocity of the Crusader charge caught Saladin completely off guard. The battle turned into a rout. Saladin himself barely escaped with his life, losing most of his army and his personal guard. The 16-year-old Leper King had defeated the invincible Sultan. For the next decade, Baldwin ruled with a mind as sharp as any sword. As leprosy consumed his body, taking his sight and the use of his hands and feet, his spirit never faltered. He couldn't wield a sword anymore, so he ruled from a litter, carried into battle so his men could see their king was still with them. He used brilliant diplomacy and strategic alliances to protect Jerusalem, holding off Saladin time and again. Baldwin IV ruled for 11 years, far longer than anyone ever thought possible. He passed away at the age of 24, never losing his kingdom. He was a symbol of unwavering courage against impossible odds. The boy who was supposed to fade away in sickness instead became an icon of resilience, a king who proved that the strength of one's will can be more powerful than any disease. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, make sure to like and subscribe for more tales of incredible figures from history.